Hello and welcome to this new tutorial where we are going to be learning how to connect Figma to Webflow. I'll be leaving a link for Webflow and also for Figma, that is webflow.com and figma.com, so that you can register on those two sites. But this is the Webflow website, and for the pricing here, you notice we have the free starter and we have the basic, and then we have these other three. But in our case, we are going to be using the free starter here. And so I'll click on start for free. And once you click on that, you'll be required to register using your email and your password. And then you'll confirm your email. And this is the Webflow dashboard. You can add elements from this side. And you notice it is fully customizable on Android, on tablets, and mobile landscape. So that is the Webflow site. But now we want to connect Figma to Webflow. So as I've said, you'll need a Webflow account, and once registered, it brings you here. And then you will now go to figma.com. To connect Figma to Webflow, you will need to have a plugin called Figma to Webflow. To get that plugin, you will come to this side, click on the upper left corner, and then click on plugins. And you notice here, I already have Figma to Webflow. If you don't have it, you simply come here, find more plugins, and then you type here Figma to Webflow, and you'll get it here, and then you'll click on run. So in this case, I already have it, so I don't have to run it again. But in case you don't have it, you click on run. So I'm now going to create a new file here, and I'll create a new design so that now I'll connect the Figma design I'll create to Webflow. So with my design here, I'll need to use Figma to Webflow plugin so that it can be compatible when I move the Figma design to Webflow. So I'll come to plugins, and then I'll click on Figma to Webflow. Now back to Webflow, I've already created this blank page which has nothing, and to do that it's simple. You simply click on home, and then you click on create new page here, and then you give it a name. So that's how you form this page, and it's already here. Back to Figma, if I click on plugins here and then I click on Figma to Webflow, it gives me this Figma to Webflow CSS or HTML and website. To use a Figma design to Webflow, you'll need to use these hero settings here. So I'll come to structure. I can choose any structure here and layout templates that are built with auto layout. So for you to use Figma on Webflow, you will need to use the auto layouts here. So I'll select this one that has two columns. I just click to add it to the canvas. And so you notice we have it here. Then now, I can now add what I need here. So I'll just create a simple text here. I just call it victorious. And then I'll just change my text color to red. And then I'll also increase my font size here to 64, so that now we have something like that. So, and then I can add other things that I want to add to my site here. Let me change that to be Victorious Studio. Then I can add images, and there's a different tutorial on how to add images. So I'll just click on my PC, drag and drop the image. So we have our image there. I can align this to take the image to the back by simply dragging it here. So now I have it there. So I can then add my paragraphs here for the text and all that. So if I come to the columns here, to that column there, and then I'll add all the changes that I need here. And there's a different tutorial on how you can make all these, adding backgrounds, adding images, and that tutorial is available on this YouTube channel. So now assuming I put all the details that I need here, I'll simply come and click on the upper left corner. I'll click on the columns just once so that I can have everything selected. Then I'll come back here and click on plugins and then click on Figma to Webflow. Then on this side now, you notice we can choose the Webflow site. Remember here, I already have my Webflow site, which I have called Victoria's Radical site. That's the site I have here. So on Figma here, I'll select one of the Webflow here. Currently, you notice here there is none selected. So if I click on the drop-down menu there, if I click on the drop-down list here, you notice my Victoria's Radical site is visible. So that is the same Victoria's Radical site that you see here. Now that I know the name of my site created here, it's the site that I want to select here. So I click on that, and you now notice this Copy to Webflow tab is now active. Then I can decide what I want to select here, either a division, a section, or the link and all that. So, and then you notice here we have the layouts, and we can also work with the structure just like we had done in the beginning. But now in this case, I'm happy the structure is selected. So I click on Copy to Webflow. You notice now copying and preparing assets. So you'll simply give it time, because depending on the number of assets you've created here, it might take more time. Now you notice it gives you the second step. Click to confirm you want to copy Webflow. Use the Figma desktop app to remove this confirmation step. So if you don't want to go through this step, what you can do is you simply download the Figma desktop app. I'm currently using the website directly, but the process would be the same, only that it would skip this step. So in that case, I click to confirm that I want to copy. So I click on confirm, and you notice now this has changed to copied to clipboard. So if now I go back to my Webflow, this is the page I have. I'm going to simply click Ctrl V, and now it is pasting and rearranging, and there it is. You notice that our Figma design has been pasted on this side, and it is fully responsive to the different designs. But you notice for the first design here, which is basically desktop base breakpoint, the text here looks different, but we need to use the same display that we had on the other side. So notice there we have our website that is fully responsive, and now we can work with this site here on Webflow. It's editable. You notice it's responsive. Maybe I want to add this to be Victoria's new studio. You notice now I can edit this, and it has already been exported from the Figma here to the Webflow here. And that is simply how you connect Figma to workflow, and it is fully responsive. Even the things you could not have added from the other end, you can simply come and add them on Figma. You can simply come and add them here, like the way I've added this thank you on top here. So that is how you connect Figma to Webflow. I hope this has been helpful. Kindly like this video, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.